that I was still thinking for both of us. I've done a lot of it since then.
Hey guys, so a couple of you requested for me to do a sketchbook tour, and I thought that might be fun. So here I am doing that with my old sketchbook that I just finished. Well, I say just finished, but I think I finished it, when? I think it's like the beginning of October, something like that. And yes, I have paint all over my hands, but I figure I'll never have paint not on my hands, so might as well do it. And I thought it might be helpful to show you what's in this beautiful pencil case that I have from the early 2000s, as you can tell. But I love it because it's shiny. It's kind of falling apart, but what can you do? Some of this stuff is new, so I'll just point out the new stuff first, and then I'll show you the rest. Let's see. Okay. These pens, I just recently put them in, but that's for like school stuff. So red pen, highlighter pen, and blue pen. They're just regular stuff. They're not really that special. And then we have... Okay, these are new. These are my Posca pens. This one has a, I'm not really sure what the tips are called, but I think this one is a medium. I don't know if it'll focus on it, but that's what it looks like. And Posca pens are so cool. I love them. But if you don't know Posca pen, it's a paint pen. And then I have a red one, which is very awesome. I love it. And although I don't really like the tip of it, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it is a bullet shaped 0.7 millimeters tip, and so I don't know what's wrong with it. It just like sort of, I don't know, it sprays, which is very strange, and I don't know why. So I think next time I'll get a different shaped thing. What else is new? Oh, this Copic Marker is new. It's just a Copic sketch, and it is a pale lilac. I don't think you'll be able... Oh, there we go. Pale lilac. And then, okay, these are all things that I used. Oh, wait, no, I didn't use this. This is a Pentel pocket brush pen, and it has like refills and stuff. I won't show you it, but it's basically just like brush pen like this. And maybe if you want, I can show you the beginnings of my new sketchbook, not notebook. And this is just a plain permanent marker. But I use all of that stuff in my sketchbook that I'm doing right now. So the ones that I did use for this are Prismacolor Premier markers. I don't use Copics because they are sort of expensive, and I got a really good deal on a giant pack of these. And I have I have a cool gray 80%, neutral gray 60%, indigo blue. Then I have this, I don't know how to say that, design marker in fossil, which is a gray color, Spanish orange, lilac light, and then another design marker, periwinkle color. And that's what those look like. Of course, I did use more colors in the beginning of this, but this is just what's in my pencil case right now. Then I have a Pilot pen. It's just a regular pen that I found laying around the house, but that's what that looks like. And microns, because microns are amazing. I'll put them all in my little owl. And if I come across any things that use different materials, I'll let you know. So let's get this started. I'm gonna move my owl over here. So like this just blur that out. But that's just my information stuff in case it gets erased. And on the front it's a sticker by Ellen Torrey Art, I want to say, and it's just some characters from the show Gravity Falls. Okay, so I get very intimidated by the first page of my sketchbook, so I usually don't do much on it, but this piece is, well, I wouldn't say piece, but this sketch doodle is inspired by Princess and the Frog, and the character that's like the voodoo guy, I don't know what his name is, but I decided to do sort of like a, maybe if he had like a female sidekick, or if he was a female, I don't know. I do not know how to do clothing folds at this point. I still don't, but it's a little worse here. Oh, okay, so this is not 2017 Inktober, but 2016 Inktober, which I did nothing for except for this one page where I just doodled a bunch and said, oh yeah, that's Inktober. But I actually, like, this is one of the first sketches that I really liked, and I don't know, this one I really liked, and then this one I loved. Sorry, it's really, can you see it? Like this one. And I don't know, I liked like this sort of stuff here, and it's very interesting. And then this is just doodles from class. This did not turn out the way I wanted it to. This is strange, but I liked this. I liked the lines. I wish I could have done something a little bit different with like outlining stuff, but whatever. And then the next page is, if you don't follow them already, you should follow Retro Art on Twitter. I'll link all the accounts that I describe in the description, or if I post this on Instagram in the caption. But just a bunch of doodles. I drew some sea animals because in class we were talking about sea animals, and like this black vent, I forget what it's called, but it's in like the bottom of the ocean, and it's like really like hot water or something like that.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
And this was inspired by Retro Art, one of their drawings. And my amazing seagull that didn't turn out at best. And you may see some tags on the side. I like putting tags in my sketchbooks. One, in case people are like, let me see what you draw. I'm like, I don't want to show them like everything, because not everything is what I want to show. I just repeated myself. But you guys are getting a special treat because I am going to show you everything in here, even the mistakes. And these are just like, oh, this is this piece, this is this piece, like things that I'm proud of. And also for portfolio reasons. So over here we have some ideas for a window that I painted. It's sort of, I don't know, it was Nutcracker inspired. I love this one, but I'm not a huge fan of this. I figured I could do something like this just because it's like a little more like natural looking, aka I was sort of bumming my own style, and I think it would have looked a lot better if it was like this, but it's not as Christmassy, so maybe I would have changed out the colors. And I also wanted to play around with like no lines, but that didn't work out, so and then we have this page, and yes, you read that right, it says Harry the Helpful Hetero. This was a comic that me and a couple of my friends were going to put in the school newspaper, but we decided not to do it. Well, we didn't decide not to do it, we just decided that we didn't have time to do it. And it was basically like this guy who was like, I'm an ally of the LGBT plus community, who are you, what are you doing to help? And I don't know, it was more of my friend's idea than mine idea, but I thought it was funny. And then some black and white sketches. I was so proud of this, and I really liked the idea of this like weird like portal thing, and I liked the hair. And then some homework. If you haven't noticed yet, I tend to leave these pages blank at the beginning because I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go back, but I don't think I'm gonna go back in this book because I really like where it is and how I stopped it. And you may also notice that all of these sketches, well, not all of them, but most of them I've done during school, so it's like very much related to school, etc. Okay, this one was inspired by an account that I can't think of right now, but they drew something similar to this, and I was like, oh, let me try hand at trying to draw something similar to that. I really like the gas mask sort of look. Yeah, I'll definitely link that below. And don't worry, I wasn't planning on publishing it anywhere and like saying that it was my idea. It was obviously their idea. And then I really liked this. It was sort of like, someone commented on my Instagram and said it looks sort of Tim Burton-esque, I guess, but I don't know, I really liked it. That was one of the first like poses that I ever got used to. And then these were some ideas for a blog that one of my friends was making, and they wanted me to design the logo. And this is me. And I still don't have that sweatshirt, but I really want it. Oh, this is one of the assignments that I got for an art class, and I didn't have my sketchbook for my art class with me, so I just did it in this one. And it's an African wild dog. Sort of one of the only realistic things that I've ever done. Okay, the next one, it's a little like creepy and weird, so if you don't like creepy and weird and gross things, then don't look at it. But this is one of the first comics that I ever did. I did it on August 24th this year, and I sort of went back, I think I was probably like 3/4 of the way through this sketchbook, and then I came back and filled in some of the empty pages that I was talking about earlier. Here you can see it. Sorry, I just thought I wasn't recording and I was like, wait, what? Whoops. But this guy, I started thinking that he had like a Jekyll and Hyde situation going on. So this scientist in this one and like right here, he was sort of convincing him to like get rid of the other side of him by like shooting a mirror, and then the other side of him would like die. But he plans for revenge. That's a piece of glass in his hand if you couldn't tell. Learning. This was one of the first comics that I ever did, so it's a little rough. And this is one of the first realistic sort of stylistic, I don't know, realistic style pieces, sketches that I ever did. I liked the freckles. And I like the style of the character, sort of like plain though. The ear looks very strange, but you know, this is one of the first ones that I was like, hey, it looks sort of realistic. And these are like a bunch of different like mouths. I didn't really like any of them, but I was just trying to figure out different shapes of mouths because I'm really bad at like figuring out what to do with people's faces. Okay, this is another sketch for the window for the Nutcracker that I was talking about. We ended up doing not this because this was too complicated and the windows were much smaller than I thought they would be, but you can pause if you want to see it, but that's what it is. Okay, and this is where I started to really work with like, I guess, cartoonish things, like a little bit of going back to those Inktober sketches that I tried to work on here. And I was like, I really like that style, so I'll try and figure that out. So, I'm really sorry if this stuff is loud. I hope it's not. But I liked this one a lot. I wanted this turtleneck for like the longest time. And then just a bunch of different things. And then here I was looking at pose reference, so you see that it got a lot better. And like I actually drew a motorcycle, even though you can't tell that it's a motorcycle, and that's the only motorcycle that I've ever drawn in my life. And then here I was trying to draw something without black lines, because I was influenced by these people saying like, black lines make your stuff look unrealistic, and I was like, unrealistic is the goal. I mean, unrealistic is the worst. Like, I need to be realistic. That's not true. You can do whatever you want with your art because it's your art and you can do whatever you want. I'm still struggling with that, but it's annoying. And then this is a couple pages that I just didn't do anything with. I feel kind of bad, but I kind of don't, because whatever. I don't even know what these squares are. They're just something that was happening. I think it was like a sketch for a book that I was doing in art, but I don't know what happened. And I think these are all from a zine that I made. I can publish that if you guys want. I mean, not publish it, but show you what it is. And then this is another page that I really liked. Keep in mind, like, over these pages, a very long time frame has a very large amount of time has passed, and so there's definite improvement, but it may have been like on the margin of my notes or in a different sketchbook, something like that. I'm gonna stop the recording for like a split second. I'll be back in like a second for you guys. I'm running out of space. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so this is one of the pages that I really liked for some reason. I don't know. This was for the blog that I was talking about earlier. It never ended up happening, but I feel like that happens a lot in high school. You have a bunch of ideas and you just never really fully execute them because you haven't learned how. But I'm really excited. I was really excited about it. These are a couple of my friends. I really liked this one. This one was my favorite. I don't know, the glasses and everything sort of came together and it looked really nice. I wanted to do I think I'm going to do a bigger version of this for my friend when we graduate and give it to her. And this is another one. I liked it, but it seemed a little dark, like just a little bit too dark. I don't know. I had to mess around with it. I liked this one, but I wish I had different shades of brown. I still have yet to get different shades of brown. I have like 2 or 3, but I'd rather have like 4 or 5. And then this is me, but it's not my favorite. You can tell that this one is me, and sorry, I'm not gonna go back, but that one in the red sweatshirt was me. And then this is another instance where I was like almost at the end and came back. Someone wanted some shadows of people fly fishing, and I thought I could do it, but maybe not. It didn't turn out as great as I hoped it would. Oh, and then these are notes for class, because when you get lazy. And this is one of the first actual like realistic pieces that I ever tried to do, and it's all made from markers from the Prismacolor Premier markers like this. And obviously all of my markers are in this, like, I have a basket over here beside me, and it's like all of my markers. I have about I got a 24 pack of Premiers, so I think I have about 30. And this is just off of a photo reference. And then this is one of the like actual finished like cartoon pieces that I ever did. And at first I was like, these colors do not go together, which is why I wrote, what do you mean these colors don't go together? But then I talked to a bunch of my friends and they were like, they do go together. I was like, well, maybe they do. But if you can't tell, this is supposed to be like lace. There's like white on it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not. But this is supposed to be like sort of a sports bra thing, but I didn't do any shading, so it looks like she has no boobs. But like, hashtag I relate. So, mermaid. And then, so you can see my sketchbook is very like all over the place. So I did another realistic thing with marker off of a photo on Pinterest. This really attractive model. And then this stupid drawing of these guys at a tennis match on the 24th of May. The 24th of May, and they all had bananas, and we just thought it was really weird. And then this is another page. This is the page where I was like inspired by the people that actually fill up the pages of their sketchbook, and I was sort of jealous and comparing myself to them. But this is basically like, I don't know. It's just a bunch. These are sort of inspired by Steven Universe. This is me if I was in Steven Universe. Her name is Achilles because her gem is on her heel. And yeah, it's just a lot. And some like skies up here. Okay, my camera ran out of space again, but I'm back. Hello. But yeah, this is this page, blah blah blah. I tried to do some like buildings, it didn't really work, but trial and error. Okay, this is embarrassing, but this is a fail. This is a fail, a complete fail. The eyes look very strange, and so does the mouth. But if you recognize this person, you may know that they're Josh Dunn from the band 21 Pilots. And yeah, it was a nice exercise. I don't know why I can draw random people realistically, but I can't draw people that I sort of know realistically. I don't know, the pose was sort of weird too, so trial and error, trial and error. Okay. Oop. This is supposed to be me if I was a Rick and Morty character. I'll leave him right here. Well, leave me right there. So this is also some 21 Pilots fan art, but this is Tyler's a ghost, and then this is just a random person. This isn't really Tyler. And then this is, I watched a video and they sort of did this sort of pose, and I was inspired and I was like, I want to try that pose. And then this is when my mom asked me to draw people swimming, so I drew people swimming, but it's like sort of really tiny. And then these are some character sketches. I wanted something where it was like very apparent what their mood was or something like that. And so this is sort of like when they're angry, and this is sort of their normal state. And I did a piece of digital art like this, and it's on my Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram below. And then this is my friend page. I feel that it's really awesome if you have one page in your sketchbook where all your friends can draw, because one, they don't bother you. Like, it doesn't bother you that that one page is for them. Like, a lot of my friends always ask me, hey, can I draw? Or, hey, can you draw me something? Or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, here, just draw on this one page. There we go, all set. This one set page. And actually, I drew this one. It's a whale holding a coconut. And then this is my friends. And yes, this dolphin will kill you. Oh, and this is another style experimentation, but also something that I wanted to save for my portfolio maybe. I did a bigger version of this one and this one, and this is another 21 Pilots sort of thing. And then this is Nathan Zed and some more. I just really liked the style of shading for this sort of thing, like the lines and stuff. I saw it online on Twitter. I don't think I can remember the artist. I know they did 21 Pilots art, but they used sort of similar shading techniques where it was like sort of lines and dots, and I thought it looked really cool. But I'll try to look it up and link the account below. I really will have to pay attention to how many accounts I'm linking below. And then this was another attempt to fill an entire page, but I didn't get there. I don't think I'll go back to it, but you know, that's just what it is. This is sort of like an ice cream shop thing that we were at, and I liked sort of combining the yellow and the green. I mean, the yellow and the blue. This is another sort of cartoony person here, and another attempt at a comic. And my camera has shut off again. Okay, my camera decided to be a butt and shut off because of high temperature, but it's not even high temperature. I don't know what it's doing. But this is the next page, and this is just another 21 Pilots sort of doodle thing. I don't know. It was inspired by like the end of, well, the beginning of the hiatus. And then this is a band that you should definitely check out that my friend introduced me to. This is The Start. Well, not The Start, because The Start was digital, which was surprising, but the second step of my character, Leo. And then this is Logic. You should check his music out. Just another cartoon character and some others. Oh, and this was me designing a logo for this place, but it didn't work out, so no need to dwell. And then some more Logic. That's also Logic, but from his music video, so he has some like cuts on his face or whatever. And then this is my, wow, I just realized I spelled microns wrong, but these are my microns. Woohoo! And then it's my face. And then this is the next page. And then me reminding myself, when I get home tonight, I will finish 1 page of remix research with my bibliography. And then this was also inspired by Retro on Twitter. And this is another sort of creepy thing, I don't know, sketch. Oh. And here is where I sort of started experimenting with style. I really liked the line work of these sort of, I don't like this one very much, but you know, that one is me all the time. I did like this, the beginning of this, but I never finished it and I don't really want to go back to it. And then this is Leo. He is super salty about not being able to sing because they have no vocal cords. Music is life, and he's unhealthy about everything. He is a and whenever they're feeling good, they wear a turtleneck. And that's all their sketches right here. I like them a lot. They're one of my first characters that I've liked a lot. And then this is Kyle, based on Wait on Me, but it was a really bad drawing, so. Oh, and also this, which is, I don't know, I just liked the like dot thing. I found it online as well. Okay, the next one is something that I'm pretty proud of. It is a comic, sort of, I don't know how to explain it very quickly, but this is like an AI thing that went berserk and they thought they destroyed all of them, but there's one left, and then there's also one scientist left in the project, and they're gonna like become friends, blah blah blah. But this is a comic that I really liked. And then a failed doodle. And then on to Inktober, which is the last 3 pages of the sketchbook. And this one was a ghost. And it's this girl, and she says, "I'm immortal now." I really liked the eyes. And then a jack-o'-lantern. Let's have some fun. And lastly, just some notes. Poison. I thought it was sort of, my camera has been being but finally the last 2 pages, here is a poison themed sketch thing. I really liked the sort of dripping, I don't really know, but it was based off of poison. And I just saw a bunch of people like drawing poison bottles, which I guess, like, yeah, sure, but I just wanted to be like something a little bit more unique. And then this last theme is underwater, and I drew an evil mermaid. That didn't turn out as great as I wanted. I think the colors could have been a lot better, but it was in reference to a drawing that I did a really long time ago that was like an eel-based mermaid. And that's the end of the sketchbook. I'm glad you guys watched this. Thank you so much. And I'll try to trim it down so it's not like 45 minutes long. But this is one of the first sketchbooks that I finished and I really liked. So thank you for watching. Bye.